Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. All right, you are host, so you should see everybody that's in the waiting room, and I'm going to leave. Have a good time.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're going to give everyone just a moment to hop on, and then we are going to get started. Hey, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, put a yes in the chat. And so I can make sure. Yes, awesome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Cultivate Your Brand series. I'm Taylor, and this is our very first week that we're doing this, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Let's see who we have on here today. See Katie and Melissa and Corey. Welcome, everyone. I am super, super stoked. So I'm going to stop sharing for just a second and talk to you. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'd love to actually see your faces if you can. Today we're going to be going over something that is one of my absolutely favorite things to talk about. Melissa is busy but good. Awesome. Katie's doing great. Love that. All right, so let's just dive right in. I'm going to put some links in the chat that you're going to need. Do not use them yet. You will need them. But I want to make sure that we are. Just a second, let me grab those links for you. Okay, perfect. All right, here's the link. Awesome. All right, so I'm dropping that link here in the comments somewhere. All right, there we are. All right, you are going to need that a little bit later. You don't need to open it right now, but let's get started. So hi, everyone. Welcome to the Cultivating Your Brand series. Today, we are going to be talking about how do you become a celebrity in your industry. Now, if you don't know anything about me, my name is Taylor Douglas, and I am a brand cultivator. I help people cultivate brands and cultures that their clients, and their teams are completely obsessed with. And as we're talking about this today, you're probably wondering, okay, why do you need to put some effort into into becoming a celebrity in your industry? Well, firstly, it doesn't really matter if you're working for somebody else or if you're the CEO of your business, because all roles in a business have a character. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be helping you create that celebrity character that you need to live into so that you can attain that celebrity status. Now, if you have ever been to like the Apple Store or Chick-fil-A, you may have noticed that like there's a particular way that all of those people show up, right? There's words that they say, there's a countenance that they have about them, and these businesses are basically performing for their clients. If you were in theater in high school like I was, you may have been in a few performances in your life and have some experience kind of knowing how to step into a different kind of character. But this is a little bit different, as we don't want you to be creating some sort of celebrity character that isn't actually authentic for you. However, how you show up with your clients and in your business is the very foundation of your brand that your audience and your clients actually experience of you. If they experience something radically different all the time, they are going to be confused and they're not going to know what to expect from you. And then they're not going to end up buying from you. And when people don't know what to expect from you, you can't become a celebrity in your industry. Your business is a show, right? Your business is a show, an experience that people get to have, and the show must go on no matter what. So when you develop for yourself a celebrity character, this is going to allow you to show up when you don't know what to talk about, in your content or with other people, when you feel like you're kind of just repeating the same story and the same message over and over and over again. And so you don't want to show up. Or if you're in a mindset or an emotional funk in either your business because of how business is going or because of your personal life, you're going to be able to continue to show up because of this celebrity character. If you feel like you have been being pitchy or salesy in your content or with your clients, and that happens to a lot of us because the sales brain and all of our business owner or employee mindsets are constantly looking for, where can we improve, where can we do something better, is there enough money coming in, cash flow, all of that. And if some of that's not going exactly the way that you want it to be, your brain will start to trick you into behaving differently than what's actually in alignment with your brand. If you feel like you need to explain complex concepts to your audience, showing up inside of your celebrity character can help you to continue to show up and explain those concepts when most people will actually shut down if the concepts are too complex for them to explain to their audience. And this will also help you to show up if you think that your people might just need to have a little bit more exposure to your philosophies before they can actually buy from you. We have a concept here in the Mad Magnet Entrepreneur Alliance that, we use something called the brand identity profiles, which is a complex system of personality typing that can help you show up in your brand. This concept requires people to have several different exposures to it before they can actually kind of buy in and start to understand how they can use it in their business. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we have to throw out the rhetoric that so many industries are teaching people on how to show up in their business, right? Everyone wants to be authentic. Everyone really wants to build a business that they can just show up and be themselves. Now, I am fully in alignment with being aligned with who you really are and showing up authentically. That's why we do what we do in our business and help people to show up that way. However, they say, right, you should be exactly the same person online and offline. You should just show up and be yourself. People need to hear your story. It really, really matters. Now, there's a few reasons why these truths are actually false, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, let's talk about this, okay? Being exactly the same online and offline. We all have really good and really bad days, right? Is there anyone here who's never had a bad day in their life, right, that made it difficult for you to show up for your business? We can't show up always the same online and offline, because you can't just show up and tell everyone that you had a bad day, that you hate them, and that you quit and you're done doing this. Like, you can't show up that way, or you won't have a business, because people do not want to be associated with people that kind of show up that way. And I don't think I really need to say a lot about that. I think we all kind of understand that, right? When you have this celebrity character in your business, it actually embodies the best version of yourself, so that you can actually just lean into being your best self on the days that are difficult. So this isn't showing up as somebody that you aren't. This is showing up as that person you really are, even when days are bad. It's still 100% genuine and authentic to you. And that's very, very important to know here. So let's talk about this one. Just show up and be yourself. Now, who here started a business so that you could show up and just be the exact same person you've always been, doing the same things that you've always done? Most people I know that have started a business so that they could grow themselves, help other people to grow, bring a specific message or product to the world. And those people, including you want to be an influential leader or a celebrity in your industry. And in order to do that, you have to actually become one. It doesn't happen overnight, and there are no real secrets to becoming a celebrity besides being authentically consistent with who you are in showing up in your brand. Because people may be inspired by you, but the brand and what they associate with your business is what we're going to buy from. I might have a really great interaction with somebody at the Chick-fil-A counter, but I'm not buying from Chick-fil-A, or sorry, I'm not buying from that person. I am buying from Chick-fil-A. I showed up to the business because of the branding of Chick-fil-A, not because I knew Michael was going to be behind the counter and share a laugh with me that day. People need to hear your story. Yeah, they do. People really do need to hear your story, but they don't need your entire story. I have seen so many times people hop on live videos, hop on, trainings like this, and they tell an extensive story about what's going on in their life, with every little detail, every little moment that they've had, every emotion they've had that day. And while people do need to know your story, when it comes to building your brand and your business, the right stories, telling the right stories at the right time will inspire people, to take action, to purchase from you, to, get into your programs or buy your product. But the wrong stories will actually push those people away, and people who would have been obsessive clients will actually, unfollow you, will leave you if you're overly sharing things that are not in alignment with your brand. Now, the celebrity character that you create knows how to tell, the right story at the right time, over and over and over again, because they know what people need them to show up as and what they have chosen themselves to show up as in their business. Myself, the last year, and if you know Beth, you'll know this about her as well. We do share stories from our lives every single day. But I don't share, like if I had a terrible interaction with somebody, I don't share that out on my social media because it's not in alignment with my brand. I might share the lessons that I learned from that interaction. I might share philosophies that I hold that have to do with that story, but I will never go share the nitty-gritty details of some interaction I had that was negative, because it's not in alignment with my brand. So as we dive into this, if you ended up here, you probably know about the brand identity profile. If you don't know about the brand identity profile, I'm going to just do a quick overview here, and then you can take the quiz and I'll send you that link in an email after this session so that you can go take the quiz if you haven't taken it before. So the brand identity profile is our way of helping people understand their most authentic version of themselves and their business and their brand. You'll notice here that there are 3 columns and 4 rows. The 3 columns are the energy in which you show up in that area of your business. And then there are 4 categories in which you show up. You'll either show up as your celebrity, your community, your content, or your creed type at any one time. And there are actually 81 different options for this. So nobody is going to be exactly the same. And that is good. So this is my profile. I embody a nurturing and no nonsense type of profile. And so in your celebrity, there are 3 types. There is the nurturing, which is girl next door celebrity, girl next door, guy next door. This is someone who may be one of the only profiles that can actually just show up as themselves. They are people who value relationships. And so others generally value being in a relationship with these people, and their audience will show up for them. Novel celebrity is the rock star, and the rock star is generally a creative genius. They value creation heavily, and they want to spend most of their time being creative, creating new things for their audience, and like performing in their business. They want to show up, perform, and then go back into creative mode. Then there's the no nonsense celebrity, which is the philanthropist. And the philanthropist is all about lifestyle. People follow them for their lifestyle, and they are committed to these more high-end energies, and they always show up in like this almost perfection type of way, but it's authentic to them. It's not because they feel like they have to be perfect, but it's because they actually embody that put togetherness in their life. Okay, and then you have your community types. Your nurturing community is the market manager. These people will raise other experts up in their communities so that they all rise together. They share the stage with other experts in order to nurture their audience. The novel community is the healer, and these people are brilliant at holding space for somebody to go through a process. And their processes don't necessarily have a set result that you get out of them. It's all about the experience that you have and who you become in the experience. And they hold space for their audience and their clients to experience that, no matter how long it takes. The no nonsense community is the sorority sister or frat bro, and these people are all about standards. They have a standard that they hold for themselves and for their communities, and the community lifts each other by holding the standard and pulling up those who aren't quite meeting the standard, or allowing those who don't want to meet the standard to find a place where they really do belong. It can seem like a sorority sister or frat bro is a very exclusive community, but truly it is an inclusive community for those who fit. They want to actually help people to rise to the occasion. And so they welcome anyone who is willing to do that. Your content type, your nurturing content type is the nerd. They value the data, the information that is going to prove that they have the right message, and they're going to give you the correct, right information. The novel content, show women. We are familiar with a lot of show women brands, show woman, show man brands, because they create an entire world that they bring you into, and it's like an immersive experience that they put you into, so that this experience is what changes you, not the things that they're saying, but the things that they actually, it's not the things that they're saying, but it's the world that they create and your experience of that world that actually changes you in their content. The no nonsense content is the sports coach, and the sports coach is very much here is the ABC on how to exactly do the thing that we're doing so that you get a specific result. And in the superhero version of this sports coach, it's very clear that they just give you the steps that you need to take in order to go where you want to go. The nurturing creed is the hero. The hero has a hill that they are willing to die on, and they have taken a stand for some values in their life. The creed is all about values, and the hero values is they come to the world, their beliefs, with a very nurturing energy. The energy nurtures their audience and kind of holds this place where it's like, here's who we are. And I do this because like, this is my job, right? I'm here to do this in this particular way. The novel creed is the tourist. Now, the tourist is, excuse me, is somebody who, I'm gonna take a drink of water here. The tourist creed is someone who they don't care what it is that you're doing. They don't care about your creed. They don't care like what choices you make. They just have an entire world that they see, and they see the world in a particular way, and they just want to share that with you. It's not to convince you of anything. It's just to show you the way that they actually see the world. The no nonsense creed is the rebel. The rebel is a very polarizing energy. They use polarizing content or polarizing messages to get people to take action and to, see the world that the way they want to see it. They have a specific thing they want. They want people to understand what they stand for, and they do it with a very, very intense energy. So why is the brand identity profile important as we're creating your celebrity type or your celebrity character? The brand identity profile will ensure that you get to show up as the 100 proof version of yourself, but without burning yourself pretending to be something that you're not. The brand identity profile is where you lie most naturally, and this is where you want to stay. So as we get into this, I want you to think about your brand identity profile. And again, if you haven't taken the brand identity profile quiz, whichever of these you felt like was most authentic, just pay attention to where you may want to try to be something that you aren't, and make sure that the characteristics that you're going to take on in your celebrity character are actually authentic for who you want to be and are in alignment with the energies of your brand. Okay, first, before I dive into this, I want to see, does anyone have any questions so far? So we had a few other people join us. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Emma. Welcome. All right, no questions. Cool. Then we'll just get right into this. Oops, that was all right. Let me make sure you guys have the links that you need. Okay, so there were a few people who joined a little bit later. Can somebody please share the link again in the, let me see, or I'll do it. Here we go, I got it. All right, thanks, Corey. Okay, so Corey shared the link to the Canva template. If you don't have Canva, you might have to create an account. But this is a Canva template, which will allow you to put this template into your Canva. And you'll notice that there is a spot for you to place your answers. So as we dive into this, we're going to have a few minutes for you to actually go through this, ask some questions if you need to. You probably will not get this done in this particular session. However, I encourage you to continue to do this so that you can show up this authentically in your business every single day. All right, so the first thing you do when you're creating a celebrity character is that you want to come up with 10 celebrities, historical figures who have elements that you want to emulate in your brand, and you want to write those down. Okay, so maybe you admire, someone that comes to my mind is maybe you admire Grant Cardone and his just utter willingness to just do whatever it takes, and he puts out that do whatever it takes energy, right? There are many ways that you could actually do this. Let me see, I'm going to come back here. And so what you're going to do is you're going to do that. And then after you've done that, you're going to ask yourself these questions. Okay, what traits do you see in yourself that these brands embody? Remember, I said that these traits are going to be traits that you already hold or that you hold a version of, and you want to embody a higher, better, best self of these traits. What traits that you know that you have do you need to more fully own? So traits that you maybe are hiding from the public, that you don't really feel comfortable showing up necessarily in that energy. However, they're traits that you actually already have that are really authentic to you, and you know that you need to own those traits. what would change in your business if you focused on embodying these traits on a consistent basis? And what type of company culture would your business have if you embodied this natural, effortless version of yourself on a daily basis? All right, so we're going to just let you dive into this one first. And I'm going to give you 15 minutes to start just working through this worksheet and answering these questions for yourself. And then we'll come back here, see if anyone has any questions, wrap up, and then you'll have this, you'll have that worksheet to take with you that you can go and continue to work on this. Does anyone have any questions before I start the timer? Nobody? All right. Awesome. Let me check the chat really fast. No questions. Perfect. All right. So I'll just leave this here. And I will start the timer. All right, we have 4 more minutes. All right, go ahead and wrap up the piece that you are doing right now and come back. Just put in the chat when you're back here. Awesome, welcome back. All right, I would love to hear somebody or 2 people share about, what this experience has been like in this just few minutes that you've been doing it and what you came up with so far. Or if you had any questions while you were doing it. Yeah, just a list of celebrities or however far you got. I assume that you probably wouldn't have gotten past the list of celebrities because it's a lot. So who'd like to share? Even if it's just one, that's totally fine. Sure, Corey. Let me see. We have to give you permission. Hold on. How do I let you share? Okay, I don't actually know how to let you share your screen. Hold on. Okay, I think you can share now if you'd like. Awesome. Wonder Woman, Elizabeth Bennet, Joe March, Ozma, Glennon Doyle, Brene Brown, Mulan, Black Widow, Jane Austen, and L. Frank Baum. Wow, that's amazing. Can you unmute and just tell us one thing, or in the chat, tell us one thing that inspires you about one of those people?
I think for me, the one who's probably most inspiring is actually L. Frank Baum, the author, because of the characters that he created, because of the worlds that he created, just the relatability in the characters, and you can find yourself in so many of them. And
I don't think I can hear you. Hold on just a second. It's a me thing. Give me a sec.
Try again.
Okay, sorry. I could not hear you. That was my fault.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, that's probably L. Frank Baum, who is ironically the last person on my list and the only male of people on my list. But the reason I think I would pick him right now is just because of the depth of the characters that he's created and the depth of the world that he's created with the Land of Oz. But then again, also just with the characters, because there's so much relatability to every one of them, or at least the main characters that most people know of. So
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to share my screen one more time. And here we go. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you here. And I want you to just watch this little section about what Beth
for celebrities historical.
Hold on a second. Oh, that wasn't supposed to do that. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to Experiential Immersion.
When it played, could you hear it? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna this so when this particular training was developed, it was before the brand identity profiles. So Beth is going to share a little bit about what she created then, and I want you to just get a picture of what this really looks like, so that you can take this back into your business and do this for yourself.
In your life, from people in your world. It can be what you here and tons of people. Okay. Maddox.
Okay, here.
To be Tony Robbins and Caleb Maddox together there, but I realized Caleb Maddox is for another reason. Tony Robbins for his strong photo-based imagery. Caleb Maddox and his powerful and impactful short videos. Todd Herman's brilliant website. Marilyn Monroe's platinum blonde hair and red lip. Albert Einstein's unorthodox way of looking at the world. Jessica Day from New Girl and her unashamed quirks. Nick Miller from New Girl and his uncontrollable honesty. Marie Forleo and how she keeps it simple, clean, and easy to understand what she offers. Dave Ramsey and his no-nonsense approach to life and finances. I absolutely love that Dave Ramsey says that if he finds out that one of his staff has cheated on their spouse, he fires them, because he says, if your spouse can't trust you, I can't trust you. And that sort of approach that he has to just to life, to this is how it is, and you're either gonna like me or you're not. That's something that I strive to emulate. So here's the thing. I am a character. I am the character. I am the way that you guys see me. As best as I can is Beth Griffith, okay? As opposed to Elizabeth Griffith. And I realized this recently when I had a friend say to me, hey, you know what? I love seeing you because you are Beth. And before you were Elizabeth. And Elizabeth was this very timid, shy, quiet person, whereas Beth is this powerhouse, okay? And so I want you to think about the different sides of your personality. What are the different sides of your personality that you hold back? What are the different sides of your personality that you could lean into this and it could still be genuine and it could still be real and it could still be the best version of yourself. And you wouldn't have to be faking being someone that you're not. So I'm just going to take you through this and tell you a little bit about Elizabeth. Elizabeth struggled with depression for 15 years, was on antidepressants for much of that. Elizabeth was suicidal. Elizabeth really, really struggled with life in general. And she was very timid and submissive and guarded, quick-tempered, defensive, reactive, all-knowing in the respect that she had all the answers. There was nothing you could teach her. Very closed off emotionally and socially, emotionally weighed down, influenced, a people pleaser, a doormat, wasted a lot of time, lacked a lot of ambition, and was very intimidating because of how defensive she was about everything. Whereas Beth, who is also me, right? So these are both two versions. These are two versions of me. Beth is brave and nurturing. Let me actually go back. Beth is brave instead of timid. So each of these qualities that Elizabeth had, Beth has just a different version of that. We've taken it and we've flipped it. And either Beth has developed the opposite, or she's developed a more mature version of that trait, okay? So Elizabeth was timid and Beth is brave. Elizabeth was submissive and Beth is nurturing. So that is kind of the same soft, really feminine trait, but Beth has turned it into the more mature version of it, right? Okay, so there you go. There's an example there. Elizabeth was very guarded. Beth trusts herself. And so Beth doesn't have to worry about when someone else disagrees with her. Elizabeth was very quick-tempered. Beth is witty. Elizabeth is defensive. Beth is teachable. Elizabeth was reactive. Beth responds. Elizabeth was all-knowing, and Beth is always learning. Elizabeth was closed off, and Beth is emotionally open. Beth was emotionally weighed down, and Beth is light. Sorry, did I say Beth and Beth? Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Elizabeth was influenced, and Beth is inspiring. Elizabeth was a people pleaser. Beth is centered. Elizabeth was a doormat. Beth is self-respecting, so she knows how to stand up for herself in a kind way. Elizabeth wastes time while Beth is focused. Elizabeth lacks ambition while Beth is dynamic. And Elizabeth is intimidating while Beth is elegant. Now, I will tell you 100%, Elizabeth still comes out and comes through in different ways. And I am still more and more becoming Beth all the time. I'm still striving and developing this version of myself. But my brand is the best place for me to be able to lean into that version and that character, the character that I know I am is the best version of myself, okay? And so understanding that you can look at yourself and we're finding the best version of yourself, and that is the character. It is not somebody completely fabricated out of nowhere. It is the most powerful and highest version of yourself. And that's who your brand is. That's who your brand character is. So
as you see there, your brand character is not somebody who isn't you. It is truly you. It's an authentic version of you that you get to create and that you get to step into in your brand. So if you're in our Facebook group, I would love to have you share your inspiration list in our Facebook group. It's the Magnetic Entrepreneur League. So that we can all see what you have been inspired by. Does anybody have any questions right now? Chat. Awesome. Katie's thinking about how to use her name as her celebrity. Yes, own your name. I love that. Goosebumps because I literally just registered my new domain name, the Corey C, so I can start showing up as Corey C. That's amazing. I love that. See, you guys are already in this energy of creating yourself as the celebrity that you already are. So to wrap up, we have something for you that is exciting. The Academy is coming soon. And so while you don't necessarily know what that means, the Academy is open, and I will put a link to that here in the comments. Let me grab that link for you. Hold on just a second. The Academy is coming. And so for right now, the Academy is actually a free membership on our website that we're going to be putting tons of trainings and things about the brand identity, profiles, and branding into. It's like the world's most comprehensive freebie ever. And it is free for now. And we do plan on charging for it in the near future, but you get in before we do that. So I'm going to give you that link so that you can get registered into it. All you have to do is just fill out the little form, and you can register for the Academy. Now, who's excited about that? I am excited about that because who offers that kind of freebie? It's amazing. Hold on, I'm finding the link right now. Just a second. Finding it. Here it is. Okay. So join that. Tell your friends to join that. And you'll be able to get a lot more of these kinds of trainings, super free. And we will be doing this. We will be doing this every single Wednesday at noon with a different training in your brand. However, you do have to show up live in order to get the training. There won't be replays. So make sure that you watch for the link to register every week so that you can show up here and get these valuable trainings. Okay, I put the link for the Academy in the hold on right here. I put the link for the Academy. Is going to look like this when you get there. It's just going to say, hey, you know, come and put your name and stuff in, and you'll be able to get that. Okay, so last thing here is join us in the Academy. And if you're ready or you feel stuck on this concept, or if you're ready to up-level some things in your business and you need to book a heroic discovery call, this is where you can book a discovery call. Take a screenshot of that if you need that. Also, in your PDF that you got in Canva, in the bottom corner where it says the Magnetic Entrepreneur Alliance, that actually has a link to booking a call or booking an intensive for you. Beth is having a live Q&A in the group today. So if you go into the group, there's a post there for you to ask any questions that you might have. Go post those there, and then we'll be able to do that with you later. All right, guys, if there are no questions, that was the end of the training. And I'm so grateful that you guys are here with me today. And make sure you grab that link right there in the chat before I close the meeting. But that is everything. I look forward to seeing you guys show up as your celebrity selves in your business from now on.